Now to Europe and the enlarged European community. On January 1st, Ireland, Denmark and Britain became members of the EEC, and their flags are now flying alongside those of the original 6 outside the community's headquarters in Brussels. A few days ago, the new commissioners of the EEC were sworn in. There are 13 of them, including 2 from Britain. Sir Christopher Soames, in charge of the community's foreign relations, and Mr. George Thompson, who's been given responsibility for regional policy, an area that Britain is keenly interested in expanding because there are several regions of Britain itself which could qualify for community help. To see how this regional policy works in practice, we went to the mining area of Limburg in Holland. 10 years ago, the Moritz mine was the most modern in Western Europe. 10,000 people worked here at the center of the Netherlands coal industry, but not anymore. Today, the coal wagons are rusting and the mine's equipment is being broken up for scrap. This demolition is all part of a 10-year program, jointly financed by the Netherlands government and the European community, to shut down the entire Dutch coal industry by 1975. As in most West European countries, coal mining in Holland has been declining for many years as more modern fuels like oil and especially natural gas have come increasingly to replace coal. Under the plan, community funds are used to retrain redundant miners and to attract new industries to the Limburg region. This car assembly factory, for example, was built 6 years ago with the help of loans from the community's European Investment Bank. It now employs over 1,000 ex-miners. Retraining normally takes 6 weeks and costs over £500 a man. Wages here are lower than in the mines, so the community makes up 60% of the difference for periods of up to 3 years. More than halfway through the 10-year program, it's already clear that the scheme is working well. There are plans to double the workforce here to 6,000 in the next 2 years, and most of the new workers will also be ex-miners. Other industries, too, are gradually moving into the Limburg region. One crucial factor in this restructuring of Limburg's industries has been the attitude of the trade unions. Joe Franson is a regional trade union president and a member of parliament. We asked him if he was happy about the changes.
We are not happy with the change, but it was the less worst thing we could do, because we had our natural gas, and therefore there was no place for Dutch coal in the Netherlands.
What have been the main problems in this changeover?
The main problem is first a problem of income for the households. Secondly, other work for the miners. They had a nice work and they loved their work, and now they have to go to factories, and it is a big change for these people to go over.
You refer to a loss of income. Now, how, as a trade unionist, have you been able to accept the fact that your workers have gone to other industries with lower wages?
We know that the work in the mine is more difficult as most other works. So it was a real thing that you get there more money for difficult work. And we have to look forward in the future. And we knew that in the future we could not go on with making coal in the ground, because nobody wants to buy the coal. And for our use, it was better to get other industries in this country.
How important do you think the contribution by the common market has been?
The contribution of common market you have to bring together with the contribution of the Dutch government. In persons, I should say, and that is not only material, what I mean, 50% common market, 50% for the Dutch government with his good social laws.
That's 50% of the finance from the
Of
Dutch
the
government
finance, there
and the
were
common market.
funds to make the retrenchment possible, replacement, to build up new industries, and to bring, during some time, money to the households for the households who got less money. And that is a very good thing, and I mean that it was impossible to bring over the ideas of an international cooperation in closing down mines without the common market.
The next mine to close in October this year will be this one, Emma. And in 3 years' time, at the end of the 10-year program, Limburg's annual output of 12 million tons of coal will have been reduced to zero, and 60,000 mine workers will have been retrained and re-employed or pensioned off early. It looks as though the transformation will be achieved peacefully, without any of the conflict or unrest that's often associated with major industrial changes. For Holland's coal industry, it will be the end, but for the majority of its miners, it will also be a new opportunity.